Hi, welcome back to today's episode of Gear to Die For, where I'm going to be talking about waterproof dry bags. Stay tuned. See you then. Hi, welcome back to today's episode, where I'm going to be talking about Watershed dry bags. So my husband and I and friends, we do plenty of river trips where we need to keep our gear dry. We're in whitewater rivers that water is splashing into the boat. There's a good chance our stuff's going to get wet. We did flip our raft one time in some very turbulent whitewater, and all of our stuff stayed dry, and they were in Watershed bags. So that is a good testament to their gear. They have a zipper closure here, which the newer bags are actually a lot easier to use than the older style. For some reason, I'm not sure, they just tweak things a little bit. And to close them, you should start from one end and go all the way. When you're burping it to get the air out of it, if you hear any air, then it's not zippered properly, which I can tell right there. To open it, you're going to make it into an S shape and pull it apart. Now, most of the bags that we have are duffel bags. Just they're easy to get into. And I like the lighter colors because you can see your gear a lot easier than something darker. So they have plenty of room. This is a Colorado. It's their mid-size bag. You can fit a ton of stuff in here for a weekend on the river. It will hold all of your gear. You're going to close up the zipper and then you fold it down. Use the buckles. It's got plenty of buckles to cinch down. Close the buckles. And then it's got padded neoprene closure, Velcro closure for the handle. And there you go. It's got a lot of attachment points here for rigging. You can put straps through them to keep it all secure on your raft or whatever you have it on. And yeah, it's made of ripstop polyester, which is coated with a polyurethane, which makes it waterproof. It's also flexible and fade resistant. These things are bomber. So that's the Colorado. You're going to fit a ton of stuff in that. This one is the Largo tote. And this one, I typically put my sleeping bag and sleep system in this one. And it fits nicely. It's just a nice size to carry your gear, and it's easy to get at your gear that's inside. So this one is under 20 liters. Then this one is a bit smaller than the Colorado. It's the Yukon, and this one will put like muck boots or something like that in it, or if it's a smaller trip and you don't need as much room, you can bring the smaller one. And then the next one here that I have is the Chattooga. This is one of my original ones, which has served me well. I keep this as like my easy access. I'll rig it to the railing of the raft or on top so that I can get maybe a sarong or some extra weatherproof gear. And it's a good idea with these, for maintenance of these zippers, to use 303. It's a UV protectant for rubber if you have trouble with these at all, and you want to keep them clean as well. So that's a great one too. Then this big boy here is the Mississippi, which is huge and we don't tend to use because it is just so big that it's just becomes heavy and a bit unwielding to load and unload. But there is that option. It's 111 liters. It's the biggest one they make, I think, of this style of the duffel bags. And I mean, it's bomber too, but we just tend not to use it. But you know, we just keep it on hand if we need to lend it to someone. We make do with the other bags. and they have been really durable, and as far as I'm concerned, they're probably the gold standard of dry bags. There are some other ones out on the market that you could check out, but if you're going to purchase them from the beginning, just do it right and get yourself a great dry bag that your gear won't get wet if you end up with the bag submersed. It's tested to 300 feet without leakage, so that's pretty good testing. I doubt if your gear would end up that deep, but it definitely works, and I've been really happy with them. Well, thanks for joining us today. I got to get out and enjoy the rest of this gorgeous day, but I'll see you next week for more gear that I love.